Hello everyone, Thor here. I've just watched Never Hike Alone 2, the sequel to the fan film Never Hike Alone. They also did one called Never Hike in the Snow, which was a prequel. This one is interesting. It picks up in the day of Never Hike Alone, but you see it through Tommy Jarvis's eyes, which was a surprise cameo at the end of Never Hike Alone. So it was definitely cool to see this one involve him, and it's mostly centered around him. The main guy, Kyle, from the first movie, is in this movie, but he's kind of a secondary character. He's definitely one of the main characters, but this definitely focuses on Tommy and his whole thing with Jason. The movie opens with Tommy being haunted by his child self, who's still terrified of Jason, and they play off of that really well. Through 4, 5, and 6, that's what really drives it, is how he's traumatized and him dealing with confronting Jason at such a young age and then throughout his life, and couldn't escape that. And no one believing him. They definitely play that really well. The sheriff, still to this day, won't believe Tommy that there's something out there. The movie catches up with the other one. They get chased by Jason a bit, and Jason is just out for blood. He's just angry. He hunts him down all the way to the hospital, and there's like a whole event there. There's a lot of dream sequences in this, and I was kind of surprised with it. I was like, is this like a Freddy versus Jason like prequel or sequel? They were fine, and the thing is, I would say though, you definitely benefited more if you watch Never Hike in the Snow, because you meet another character who her son's been missing and he was killed by Jason. And the whole movie, she just wants answers and she doesn't have answers. She's one of the 3 main characters and she's a big part of the story. So I really think you really benefit from watching the prequel and Never Hike Alone. I also have to say, there's an after credit scene that makes the Oddest of the Odds video. Oddest of the Odd, it's a YouTube channel. They do a lot of special effects. They did a really cool one called Happy Halloween. They also did a found footage Jason one, and they had a sequence. If you don't get what the after credit scene is, go watch that video and go watch their stuff, and it'll make more sense. But I guess that makes it canon for this universe, which is kind of cool. It's definitely an indie film, so some of the effects were pretty impressive. Some of them, it's not as good as, if they had like a huge budget. It's still pretty good. I contributed to all 3 movies because I really enjoyed the first. I still say the first one is the best one. I probably like this second most. Maybe this one will grow on me even more. The first one had like a good build up where you follow the character Kyle and kind of just you get to know him. He's a charismatic, good character, and then he has his confrontation with Jason. You have some good kills in this. You have a good showdown between Tommy and Jason. I kind of guessed how it was going to end, and I was right. I didn't expect the after credit scene though. That was a nice addition. I do look forward to what Womp Stomp does next. Maybe they'll do a fan film of Halloween or one of the others. That'd be really cool to see what they can do with it. I think fan films are great because they give new ideas. Sometimes they become movies. I mean, some people throw together ideas and for pitches and they become big movies. It would be nice to see them do another franchise after this. You got a prequel and you got 2 pretty solid movies. Everything looks good though. Ghost Jason still looks great. The director, Vincent, the director plays Jason. Does a good job. It's pretty impressive. He played it in the Odyssey of the Odd film. He actually plays Michael Myers in Halloween 1 too. Does a good Michael Myers too. They did a lot of callbacks to the other movies. Like once I saw they signed for the archery range, I was like, oh, they're definitely going to do that one scene. A couple of the kills are callbacks to other kills. Like someone gets their head punched off. They definitely, know the source material and bring it all together. I think it's definitely, worth watching. It came out on a perfect day, October, Friday the 13th. I was looking forward to it. The ending though, I gotta say, felt a lot like playing the game. I was streaming the game earlier, and the whole sequence had to get a battery into a car because Jason destroyed him, and it's just so funny to me because I was just like, this is literally the video game. Someone created a distraction so they could drive away, because we all know you're like, hey, you go create a distraction, we'll wait for you, and you never do. So they get away in the car, then they drive the wrong way. I really feel like they're like trying to do parts in the game. The ending the final fight kind of felt like when you're trying to kill Jason too. It really reminded me of the game, which unfortunately won't be here too much longer. I had a lot of fun with. It's a fan film, but it's definitely one of the better fan films. I say check it out. I don't like it as much as Never Hike Alone, but it's definitely one of the better fan films. I think I preferred it over Never Hike in the Snow. They do justice to the character Tommy with his disagreements with the sheriff. No one believes him about Jason. His trauma. They had a good cast of main characters and you root for them. Good job on them. Support it. Check it out. I'm going to continue reviewing more scary movies, so I will see you in the next one. Thor out.